Yo everybody, it's International Master Daniel Rensch here on Chess.com's YouTube channel once again, since both me and my formidable opponent agreed. And I mean formidable because, as you can see by the grudge match score, he and I are deadlocked currently, 3.5, 3.5. We've had many a good bullet battle, me and Julian. They are always fun. This one is no exception. Right now I've played a Scotch, an opening that we have played against each other too many times for our own good, you might say. But in this setting, I am currently okay with my position, up a pawn, and positionally much better, but time is always a factor. He's very fast and a difficult opponent. FIDE master, obviously, as you can tell. And I'm losing back my pawn, but still maintaining at least somewhat of a small positional edge because of the double C pawns. But I don't like my position. I feel like the more I'm talking, the worse I'm playing right now. To be honest, that's sort of how it feels. But anyway, it is still going to be fun. 26 seconds, not a lot of time. Right now, I'd like to convert my outside past A pawn, having a small positional edge on that side of the board. But it is not going to be easy, now is it? Not at all, as they say. It is never easy. Never ever is. Trying to take advantage of these pawns, perhaps. Maybe I have some potential there, but I don't like the transition I just made, to be perfectly honest with you, and I am probably just lost now. When I say probably, it means I believe that I am, and I'm also apparently struggling to even make a move with the mouse, so that's always a little bit irritating. And I should probably just resign and make this bullet brawl a repeat. I guess I still have some small time advantage, but after pre-moving that blunder of the rook, I will resign, and we will run this thing back. Let's do this thing. Come on now. Playing well in a deadlock tie before the recording goes on, but once I add this multitasking skill of talking, it can get a little bit more difficult. I have experienced that in my day. But this line here is also one that we have played too many times to count, and I just blundered a pawn, so apparently playing it too many times to count doesn't prevent you from making terrible, terrible blunders. And that was pathetic. I will have to resign again and run it back one more time. Well, alright. No more excuses. You gotta play well, even against strong players in these bullet brawls. And here we have a Yugoslav attack, or at least it might have been until I played bishop e2. Instead, we have transposed into a traditional dragon, classical dragon, favorites of Anatoly Karpov, and recently Gata Kamsky plays this type of line. Positionally, white is eventually going to strive for the knight to d5 maneuver. Here he overextends his h-pawn. I will happily go collect that lost soul and bring him back into my bag of tricks. He gives up the dark squared bishop. I would love to punish him for this type of thing, but I'm not sure I have any direct way to do so, so I'll just go pawn grabbing. When in doubt, take pawns. Always the right idea. Always the right idea. Okay. Now it looks like I have gotten myself in a little bit of trouble, but it is still tricky. It is tricky, tricky business at this point. Is it not? Maybe I will win back my pawn here on c5, and I'll actually remain up a pawn with this small majority advantage on the other side of the board. If he wants to trade everything, I get to pick up the e7 pawn in the end, and that helps me out just a little bit. His knight is not a very happy pony in terms of battling against my bishops, but it's still a difficult task to expect to be able to win this position from my perspective. This is not going to be easy. Wow, he really makes my life a little bit harder with that move. Indeed, he does. Hopefully I can deal with this situation formidably. When I say formidably, I have no idea what that even means. And we now have a draw. Well, we got to do it again. We got to run this thing back. We can't give up now. This is the bullet brawl you've all been waiting for, one where I don't stop after a couple games. Well, that's what happens when I first start off badly. I'm too much of a competitor to stop there. I won't go down at least being that humiliated. He goes back to the old bread and butter approach as far as the games that he and I play. And I pre-moved one too many moves there. Got myself in a little bit of trouble. And I will likely be regretting that very, very shortly, because this type of position offers really dangerous mating nets for white, as I have learned firsthand from Julian and other good players. Hopefully I can take advantage of the overextended g-pawn. I got kind of lucky this is a bullet game, because normally you don't want to allow f5. It's better to strike f5 yourself and put sort of a cramping on that pawn, if that's the right term to use. Put a clamp on it. Now I need to find a way to get necessary counterplay. That's all day, baby. All day, right? We need to get his king. We need to rock his king. Oh, we gonna go all night. We gonna light him up like he's dynamite, right? 'Cause I've told you once. Now I've told you twice. Really? Can he really do this? How is he surviving this situation with the king so incredibly exposed? I have no idea, but it looks like he is currently. And that's incredibly irritating. I don't see the knockout way in currently. Maybe I can just go pick up this f-pawn. Maybe that'll help. What's the time? Okay, good. I'm up on time a little bit. That does help. That does help. Just a little bit. Right? You got to give a little bit. You got to give a little bit of your love to me. That's what we need. We need exchanges. The more pressure relieved, the better in this sense, because it is the pressure that the bishops want. It is pressure that the bishops need. And we have got to go get him. Got to go get him. A need for speed is what we have, Goose and Maverick style. Go get a queen. Either that or give me your bishop. We'll take it. All right. Well, let's try to bring this thing even. Let's try to bring this bullet brawl even. That was the best game I've played yet since adding the multitask. When you can see the score. You see the little numbers next to our names, 5, 6. That's the total grudge match score. As I said, when we started this thing, I was just slightly behind in terms of total grudge score because we were tied 3.5, which is a slight disappointment for me given that I am the higher player. Normally able to maintain a little bit better performance in bullet than Julian is, but he seems to do well against me. His repertoire is one that I am quite annoyed with on occasion, to be totally honest. He's plays positions that I've struggled to get the right knockouts that I really want. I mean, everyone has those opponents, so these games are always fun. The games we play are always fun and crazy because of it. He wants to trap my bishop. Maybe I have to give up this guy. Maybe I didn't have to do that, actually, the more I think about it. That seemed a little bit unnecessary and, in fact, the wrong decision. And that is incredibly frustrating. I hate doing horrible blunders like that. Well, no point in crying right now. I'm going to have to bring this thing back. Everyone is getting that bullet brawl, like I said, that they've all been waiting for, because I refuse to go quietly into the night. Refusing to go quietly into the night. This is going to take a swindle and a half to pull this one out of my bag of tricks. Let's do it. Let's bring the swindle and the funk. I know what he's trying to do. And that is a problem for me. It's a slight problem. Only a slight one, though. No, I'm kidding. It's a big one. I'm kidding when I say only slight. It is a massive issue. He's going to give some sort of check, and I am checkmated on F1. I'll let him do it, because it's always fun for the kids at home to see somebody get checkmated. Well, my rating is rapidly dropping, and his is rapidly gaining, especially since the addition of these live sessions. But I am going to pick up my game right now, everybody. I promise you I will not give up easily. Promise you I will not give up easily. I can tell you that. This is a line, a move order that he often plays for. That is often a mistake. And I like playing this way. But it's still tricky. These positions are just a total mess, to be honest. All of these closed Sicilian Grand Prix, they are full of trickiness. Now the only question is whether I want to take on e5. Really? He can really do that, apparently, huh? He says he can. He says he can. Believe the man. You know? You gotta believe the man. Well, let's go win the exchange before we pick up that pawn. That would be key. A key opportunity not to miss. We need to back up. We need to simplify the position. They are still tricky, these positions. See? That's what I mean when I say they are still tricky. Full of tricks and opportunities. My opponent winning back his material as quickly as I want it. Which is frustrating. Oh gosh. I'm just blundering all over the place. Even when I get a winning position, I can't convert. That's horribly frustrating right now. Horribly, horribly frustrating. It really is. Do I have to take it? No, I don't want to. I don't want to, but I have to. Ugh. Alright, well, we're not giving up. We are not giving up. We are going to come back in this series. I promise you that. We are going to do it. We are going to come back and make this thing happen. We're going to try anyway. Having a very hard time multitasking today. But no excuses, just results. No excuses today. We don't want to have any excuses today. I'll take it. Gives me a pawn, I will take the pawn. Because why not at this point? Why not just do it? Support the bishop. I'd like to get a rook lift going. Have to be careful here. Have to be careful here. Well, that's easy. Well, he helped me out that one. That's a quick win, not a position that... Maybe I should go for that line a little more often. Though the other variation he's playing is not great either for him. So, just struggling to convert in the time pressure. I just need to pick it up and play faster. No excuses, right? That's all I need to do. Pick it up and just play faster. And I will do my best to do that for everybody. Well, that's a lot of pawns. That is a lot of pawns. And that's 2 quick wins to get right back in the thick of things here. So let's try to play this endgame again, shall we? See if he likes what he had. See if he likes what he tasted last time, right? And all this is theory. Whoa. That was a blunder of a piece. He's supposed to take on f1. But surely he's not going to resign, because it is bullet, and I respect that. But obviously, if you look at the position, he is simply down a piece. He's supposed to take on f1. That's called a mouse slip error. You've seen me make 1 or 2 of those in my time. Haven't you all? Yes, you have. And hopefully I can punish him for this. Well, I'll go after the rook. I think he maybe thought I was going to take the bishop. But a rook is slightly better than a bishop. And now that we are all even, I think we're going to have to call this the end of this bullet match. Regardless of the winner of this game, I will make no excuses if I end up losing, but I'm simply proud of myself for managing to get back in the fight in this one after a very, very ugly start. Very, very ugly start. Right now, this is what they call the rubber match, kids. This is it. The one for all the marbles. And I'm not sure what is going on in this particular closed Sicilian right now, to be honest with you. Extremely tricky business. Extremely tricky business. He wants f5. I guess he got f5. It's not that he wants it. He got what he wanted, didn't he? Well, don't take too much time. You got to play quickly here, bud. Talking to myself. And luckily his pieces are not 100% coordinated on the king's side because of this irritating maneuver he had to take with the rook coming around. But I do not see a great way for me to play this position either. So I'm going to take there and take on d4. Take on d4 and then take f5. Remove the defender despite giving up my dark square bishop, and maybe I can fork him. Oh, was that a piece that I missed? What am I missing here? Oh, I didn't see this line. I did not see this line. He's going to play knight f6 check. Go after the rook there. Maybe he will. I'm not sure that either one is anything but a big fancy trade. The key here is time on the tickety, I believe. Gotta keep this thing moving fast. Aha. Plays there, but he doesn't have Ha, he goes there. Well, I'm going to have to give up the exchange, I think. I'm just going to have to do it. Oh, no. Oh, no. Is it more than the exchange? It might be. It just might be a little more than I bargained for. Okay, well, that's not good. It just might be a little more than we bargained for. As far as these ones go, well, that is it. I think we'll have to call it a day here as far as this live session goes. You saw a bullet brawl that was legendary. Unfortunately, I came out on the short end of the stick. My opponent has already offered me a rematch. He wants more. He wants more. But okay, let's call this one a day and do more live sessions another time. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you around on Chess.com.